Well, I wanted to be a nurse, so that's why I entered a nursing order, and I have enjoyed it. I like to work, you know. Even though I wasn't a very mild person, I was maybe a little gregarious or something like that. But I did intend going into the convent. That's where I intended to dedicate and give my life to God.
I love to see her when she goes up the stairs on the side building of the hospital when I drive over to work, sometimes very early in the morning. It's just makes me feel good. It's almost like driving by the ocean.
She has a thing about her, a manner about her that, despite all of her wonderful qualities and great intelligence and things like that, she's completely humble and goes about it in a quiet manner, and she brings comfort and peace to anybody she talks to.
As God asked us to love one another as I have loved you, she is the epitome of it. Her birthday is on November 1st, All Saints' Day, and there could not be a more appropriate day.
But she's like the Energizer Bunny. She's a real inspiration because she just has so much zest for life and really just wants to help as much as she possibly can.
He came out of Mexico having had this stroke, and I'll never forget the night that we took him off the airplane, and in the wee hours when we brought him up right from LAX to St. Mary's, and she was standing at the emergency at the door when we arrived, and she stays right there.
Because of what she's done for so many people, and my opinion is widespread. You know, she's Miss St. Mary.
She was a charismatic figure in the community and represented everything that those sisters are about. The Incarnate Word sisters are just great sisters, and I think she cares about the city, which to her I think is the people of Long Beach. And you know, she came here in that aftermath of a terrible earthquake.
Well, when I first entered, I was about 16. I finished high school in Houston. Then I went into nursing school. So, and I passed the state board, which was very lucky.
First I remember of her was after the earthquake. My aunt had a baby, and Sister Alphonsus was in the delivery room. I can remember when I was a young girl thinking about getting married, and she said to me one time, "Well, Rosemary, you know, there's an old Irish saying that a silent mouth is sweet to hear." And then after she said it to me, she kind of rolled her eyes and looked around the room, and she said, "I might think about that myself." And off she went.
She was known to people far and wide, including the sisters' families who came to visit from Ireland. She was kindness itself in the way she treated them. She is truly a gift from God.
Well, I came to Long Beach in 1955, and her floor was 3 South. And she saw all her patients twice a day, and it's just amazing that if somebody would work overtime into the night, she'd have some food for them.
From that point forward, she has seen this institution grow to what it is. We use Sister's name to go to talk to the doctors to raise the money for the buildings, the various rooms. And you know, all I had to do was mention her name, and no one would dare turn us down, because They knew that if they didn't give me the money, she'd come talking to them.
And I think that she has no agenda except pure and simply to carry out the work of God in what she believes is the important work at hand, because it just seems that other people's needs inspire her to work and to help. And so that's why I believe that she just reflects kind of the heart and soul of St. Mary Medical Center in a very quiet, dignified manner.
She's just the epitome of selflessness and dedication and commitment. There's a story about a patient, a distraught patient who had wrapped his false teeth in a tissue, a Kleenex tissue on his dinner tray, and it went out with the trash. And he was so upset. Sister went down to the bowels of the hospital, put on a gown, a mask, and gloves, and spent the entire night going through the trash. And eventually, she did retrieve his lost false teeth.
And she has very high standards. She has very high standards for herself and for the hospital and for everybody who works in everything that they do. So while she exudes this love and care for people, I have to tell you that she still demands a lot of people.
I was very precise about how my people did the work, you know, with me. I enjoyed helping, they enjoyed helping me, but I was very cranky at times, you know, if they were not behaving.
She is a lady that will teach all of us truly how to live, to be totally committed, totally embroiled in what you do in life and do it with gusto. She's a great human being, a great nurse. She's full of love, compassion.
I think she is no doubt the most loved person in Long Beach.
They had a dinner for her once as a fundraiser, and she didn't want to do it. She says, "Who would come to my dinner?" And of course, all of Long Beach turned out.
She has done so much for priests throughout all the years, elevated us in our vocation, inspired us, cared for us, defended us, protected us, watched over us, cared for us. God love you, Alphonse.
She just has been a strength at St. Mary for over 70 years, and her spirit is there. She's comforted people. Families ask for her, generations of families ask for her. She has just been, to many people, and probably most of the city, the spirit of St. Mary Hospital.
So she's made a deep, deep impression in the soul of the community. She will leave just a gift of love and goodness and enrichment for the people of St. Mary and those lives that she's touched throughout the decades. She will be forever remembered.
The pipes are